Hello, everybody. This is José Ignacio from the Uncomfortable Dialogues 2022. I am very happy and extremely delighted to have with us María Alejandra de Córdova in our virtual studio. María Alejandra is the head of human resources of the grooming category from Procter & Gamble worldwide. Throughout her 30 years of learning career at P&G, María Alejandra has shown great commitment and results for the development of their people. Important, in doing so, she never talks about the organization in general, but she really talks about the individual people that has been touched and changed for the better. María Alejandra is an avid learner from the MIT, Harvard Business School, and the George Washington University. And obviously, María Alejandra is a pioneer of human inclusion and networking. Without any further ado, it is my pleasure to have you here, María Alejandra. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you, Jose. I am super happy to be here with you and be part of your journey.
Oh, it's fascinating. After so many years, it's really delighted to have you here in the same platform, in the same dialogue. So, how's your life today? I know that you are living in Boston. So, how's the weather today in Boston?
Weather-wise has been similar to what is happening in the humanity. A lot of issues. We have blizzard last week. We have a big blizzard with 2 feet of snow. But I think Boston is very accustomed to that, and we already have clean street and walkable areas where we can go. But we're awaiting another storm tomorrow. So let's see how the weather treats us tomorrow. So I always believe that any human being needs to know how to adapt and adjust in a quick environment. Not only for weather, for anything that happen in our life. So life every time, yes, you born, you grow, and you die. So your life always will be in a constant change. So for me, change is the name of the game. And the important part is the attitude you put for that change and to understand that any change will always bring learnings and learning opportunities for every human being. I feel like people talk about crisis and adversity as something negative, and yes, have a connotation of very negative things because obviously no one is expecting things that happen in a negative way. Nevertheless, I can tell you, my life have been facing adversity. I think since I started my career in P&G 31 years ago. When you think about adversity or my field on crisis, is everything that is different from the expectations you have, or everything that is different from what you have been planning in your life. So I started in P&G when in a manufacturing plant where everyone was an engineer and was a human resources degree. So what's like who the heck are you doing here? Or I was the only female among 40 managers, and people said, you will not succeed in P&G. You are not an engineer. You are not a male. And then I moved, to the leather, and I went to different roles in Venezuela, my home country, and then moved to Colombia as a head of Colombia. And in that process, also I need to face the reality that I was working in a headquarters for P&G, and then moved to a country that don't have the same level of equity that we used to have, and I need to face the adversity of that and see how we can do that in different way. And now let's come into the new day, right? We are in a pandemic 2 years in a row. People were thinking this will be last 2 months, this will last three months. We are already 2 years and we don't know what will happen next. But if you are in your home or you are in your work thinking this will be the end point and we will have no crisis at all, I think people are not really facing reality. For me, crisis is every day. I come from a country that live crisis every day, Venezuela, and I can say crises are there for learning. Crises are there for helping you to decide what is the best course of actions. Always, for me, a crisis and adversity bring the best of humanity because you need to accelerate things that you were thinking that could happen in 3 or 4 years down the road. Sometimes you can learn that in a week. So let me give you an example. A lot of people were against working from home, right? We have a lot of people that office space was the right thing to do. And now you have, after 2 years, even CEOs that are working from home almost every day because they cannot go even travel. So I think humanity needs to think about every adversity and crisis, bring always to you ways to learn and ways to accelerate moments. Of course, I recognize as a human being and a human resources leader that affect emotions, right? We are all facing fear. We all are facing scare. We are facing even anger. But that doesn't mean that you need to transform that to see, okay, what I learned from this moment, what I will learn from this situation, what I will do different.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting what you are saying, Maria Alejandra. Why do we need to have crisis to ignite changes?
Yeah, that is a important question, right? So I will not say we have one answer, one size fits all. You have people that can move in an agile and growth mindset way because it's their nature and they don't need a crisis to really move forward. What happened is you also have a group of people that they believe in their plans and they believe that things need to happen in a certain pace, and making both groups together to move forward with an idea. Crisis sometimes what it's doing is shaking that base and helping people to realize that some things need to happen in the future or faster than they expected. So the people that are really growth mindset and agile can help those that are not and move forward. So thinking that everyone is really developing a growth mindset is utopic, but I think crisis help you to really accelerate that growth mindset and be.
You briefly mentioned that you are from Venezuela, a fascinating country facing major adversities for so many years. Now, you are also a talented and gifted female leader who have crafted a successful international career, a role model for so many people. So I assume that you have a moral need or aspiration to help the Venezuelan community. Can you share with us how are you helping them?
Yeah, I would say fixing for Venezuela situation, we need a lot of more than Maria trying to help, right? But I would say from the Venezuelan people, um, of course, growing up in Venezuela and in Latin America, I have ton of friends and ton of connections with several people that I haven't seen since they were higher in PNG or outside PNG, that they have been growing with their families, their things, they are abroad. And what I do is keeping connections with all of them. I have a lot of mentees and mentors, both sides. And I have a lot of calls. Sometimes people say, you are so busy. And sometimes it's not busy with PNG business. It's busy with Venezuelan people that just ask questions or requests. I have friends, not friends, people that comes to me like guiding by other Venezuelans saying, so and so said that you are good thinking about how I should portray myself or looking for interviews in a company, or you are very good thinking on how I can transform my business on doing things. I have startups that are coming to me just to ask, and also because I did some trainings in other universities here and get a bigger network. People are just looking for how I can help, or even I am here as an immigrant. What has been your story? Let me tell your story. That is the way I am helping. I hope I can help more, to be honest. But in a way, I feel I am retrieving back with my coaching and when I can, guidance. Not perfect, but at least with my learnings to people that are requesting or needed.
Maria Alejandra, I wish that we could have far more time, but we just need to land this plane. So, but I have one final question for you. What will be your legacy once we overcome this crisis?
But I would say in the big scheme of things, I feel like if people say something about Maria down the road, the only word that comes to my mind is transformational. I always believe that no matter in what era we are, and what we have done in my life and my career, I always see how test and learn and how to learn from the new thinking. I am open always to have growth mindset, and that is why people believe that I am a transformational leader.
Excellent, fascinating. Maria Alejandra, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time. And for everybody else watching this YouTube and Linky video, if you have any questions to me or to Maria Alejandra, please write it down here and we will get back to you.
Thank you, Jose.